Recording in progress.
Good morning, fellow Toastmaster and guest. A warm welcome to meeting number 258 of the Gabbys Toastmaster Club. I am Toastmaster Prasang Mani, your Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. As Sergeant at Arms, it is my responsibility to highlight some key points. The first, the meeting is blocked for 2 hours, urging you to stay for the entire duration to get the maximum benefit. Second, your video should be on, your audio should be off. Only unmute yourself when you need to speak or call to speak. Regarding the topic of sex, politics, and religion, even though Toastmaster International does not put any restriction on speaking on these topics, at the Gabbys Toastmaster Club, we request all the speakers and role takers to be mindful while speaking on these topics. Our club mission, we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Now, let me hand over this meeting to our today presiding officer, DTM Saurabh Datta. Before I do so, let me introduce our today presiding officer, DTM Saurabh Datta. DTM Saurabh Datta is a two-time distinguished Toastmaster who has completed all 11 Toastmaster pathways. With over 20 years of leadership experience at HP, Target, and JCPenney, he is seasoned expert in analytics, strategy, and marketing. Now a social entrepreneur, he co-founded Practive in 2020 to support students, MSMEs, non-profits, and women entrepreneurs. A proud father and lifelong learner, Saurav is passionate about empowering others through learning and leadership. Now let's welcome DTM Saurav Datta with a round of applause.
Good morning, everyone. Am I audible? Hi. Good morning, everyone. People online, can you please unmute yourself?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Very good morning.
Warm welcome to the Gabbys meeting number 257. I hereby call the meeting to order. So, do we have guests today? Yes, we do. I see Anuj Achari. Anuj, are you a Toastmaster or a guest?
Hi DTM sir, I'm a Toastmaster. I'm from Infosys Toastmasters Bangalore. This is my second time attending the Gabbys meeting. So yeah,
Okay.
good to be back.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Anuj. Welcome to the Gabbys. We also have Pallavi. I know Pallavi is a repeat guest. Pallavi has been here before. Pallavi, a quick introduction. You are speaking on mute, Pallavi. We are missing on your golden words.
Good morning, sir. I am, as you already mentioned, I am a regular guest over here. I am from Toastmaster Club of Thrissur. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. I see Muskan. Muskan also is a repeat guest. Muskan has been with in our meetings before. Thank you, Muskan. Welcome, Muskan, to the Gabbys. Sudha Yadav. Sudha, would you want to quickly introduce yourself? Are you a Toastmaster or a guest? Okay, Sudha, we can't hear you. Okay, we'll come back to you. Not a problem. Someone just switched on this camera. Karthik. Yes, Karthik. Welcome to the Gabbys, Karthik. Can you please quickly introduce yourself? Are you a Toastmaster or a guest?
Yeah, hi, I'm Karthik. I'm a Toastmaster from DJ's Toastmaster Club. I'm currently the president of the club. Nice meeting you all.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi. You can come this side, ma'am. Yeah. So, okay. Anyone else? Am I missing out on any of the guests? Yes, yes. I'm talking about online guests first. Okay. Please come. You're Malvika? Yes, Malvika. Please come.
So the introduction.
Yeah, your introduction.
So I'm Malvika Mariswamy. I am a Bangalorean, and as of now, I work as a freelance copy editor. So my work basically involves doing some language edits for book manuscripts, so that to make it more coherent. And as a hobby, I learned Spanish, and I like word games and puzzles. I like my fitness routine. I like spending time with my daughter, and basically that's it from me. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Malvika. So, how do you say thank you in Spanish? Thank you. Okay. So these are our guests. I also have the pleasure to announce that we have added one more member to the Gabbys family this week. So that is Toastmaster Barnali Debnath. I don't know if Barnali is there here. No, I don't see her yet. I think she'll join in some time. So Barnali is the fifth member, right? Fifth or sixth member? Fifth member to join us in just in the month of December. Only in the month of December, we have got 5 members joining us. One of them, I think, is in person here, right? Chaitra. Yes. So, hi, Chaitra. So, Chaitra is there in person here. And I'm expecting Barnali to join us soon. I think Viresh also is a new member. He has also taken up the timer role today. So, out of the 5 new members, 2 of them have taken the timer role. Various roles today in the meetings. That's a very good thing. One of the best things that I like about the way our VPs and the VPMs are running this club is that we are not only adding members, but we are also ensuring that the members are active, they're participative, they're taking roles, they're giving speeches, and they're continuously growing, which is important because we are not just filling up the dashboards. We are also creating a platform where people would actually want to invest in their own learning and in the learning of others. So in that spirit, let me invite our joke master for today. What is the joke master role? So anyone who is into public speaking would agree with me that the toughest thing to do in public speaking is to make people laugh. And the biggest fear that you have when you try to make people laugh is the fear that you will not be able to make people laugh. So we here take away that fear by guaranteeing you that we will not laugh on your jokes, no matter how good you are. So people come here knowing that they can't fail because they're already destined to fail. So they don't get dejected, they don't get disappointed, and they don't get depressed after failing. And how do they do it? We will learn from our joke master today, Toastmaster Paduka Kannan. About Paduka, she works with TCS. She is in the field of AI, automotive, in the automotive space. But her biggest pehchan is she is a globetrotter. I don't know how many countries she has traveled till now. Paduka, maybe you can tell that when you are starting off. If you are following Paduka on Instagram, easiest way of virtually going around the world seeing various countries. That's how I kind of take care of the wanderlust in me. Thank you, Paduka, for being there on Instagram. And over to you for your joke masters.
Thank you, Saurav. Rise and...
Paduka, we are missing out on you. We can't hear you.
Am I audible now?
Yes, now you're audible.
Okay. Rise. Dear God, please help. Please help. Please help that everybody should laugh on my so-called jokes. If they don't laugh, see that you play it on their mind repeatedly so that they laugh. Rise and shine, Gabbys. So today, we're going to have a thumb rule throughout my session. Whenever I say or whenever I utter the words, my dream destination, you need to laugh. At least that you can laugh, right? And especially the people on the virtual stage, even if you're not on the camera, give a reaction, right? And if you're not doing that, today's listener Toastmaster Sachin, please note that. They're not listening. They're not listening to my jokes properly. So, during your report, pinpoint them and ask the questions, especially on my jokes. Okay? You get the deal? Do we have a deal? Come on, guys. All right. So today, today I'm going to talk about my dream destination. Thumb rule, guys. Right. I think we are on the go. So, me and my sister, like my sister and I, like two excited sisters, was all set to go on vacation on a vacation. We were like so excited. Open the laptop. Who goes for a vacation on a year end? Yeah? You have to spend time with the family, a quality time with the family at home. And then exactly at time at 12 o'clock, go to your temple at home and pray, dear God, please give me 10x salary so that I can go on vacation on a vacation. A year-end vacation where we can do this party, beaches, all those stuff. That's a problem. So, but the sisters are too smart, very intelligent. We decided to go on a vacation before the vacation. Very smart. We're so determined. So we're all set to go on vacation even before the year-end vacation starts. All packed, checked in, flights checked out. Even more smarter that we didn't book a Indigo flight. God is with us. So we land onto my dream destination. My dream destination. Why Meghalaya? Why Meghalaya? Budget, yeah. That's what fit into my budget. Mountains, all water, clear water. It fit into my budget. Very first destination we went was Kaziranga in Assam, which is famous for one-horn rhinos and tigers. I was all set. I will take a selfie with tiger. I will take a reels with tiger in my dreams. Because I didn't see any tigers. Because the tigers have been protected from the real tigers. That is us. My dream destination. So finally, the next stop we went. Water activities. Why I was so pathetic about it? Because the temperature in Meghalaya was 8 degrees. So I called my captain, the water is freezing cold. How can I even enter into this? Then he said, Aduka, don't worry. Just 30 seconds. Only this 30 seconds. Ariva? So I'll just get into 30 seconds and I'll come out? No. You will feel only first 30 seconds. After that, you will not feel anything. Top to bottom. Your body will be completely numb. And that's how my second pit stop was. On my dream destination. In all this chaos of climbing 7,000 steps, water activities, cliff jumping, and lot more stuff, I forgot one important point. My work. Ring ring. Boss, where are you calling me up now? When are you landing? Saturday? Very good. Let's meet on Sunday in Mumbai office. And that's how my occasion ended. But in all this chaos, I did one historical, important, traditional activity, which is very much required, which Saurabh talked about it. Creating a reel. A reel such a way that you had a fantastic vacation in the entire world and post it onto the Instagram. So now what you have to do? As a dutiful Toastmasters, go to my handle, Insta handle or Facebook handle or both, like and comment. I'm running with low on likes, guys. Hope you understand. With that, My dream destination. Again, rule guys. Thank you very much. Over to our presiding officer for the day.
Thank you so much. This is the first time I have seen someone putting a gun on your head to smile. That's how we do it at the Gabbys. The moment we say we are not going to smile, we are like, my dream destination. So you better smile. But thank you, Paduka, for making me feel slightly better. I always thought that your holidays are happening. So now that I get to see the real picture, I'm feeling less jealous. Thank you. Okay. So with this, let me talk a little bit about Toastmaster because we have got a few guests today. So, what is Toastmaster? Basically, this is a platform where we practice public speaking, communication, leadership. Why is Toastmaster unique compared to any of the other courses that you see, like any of the MOOC curriculums or any of the formal courses? So, there are two differences. Number one, it's a self-paced learning program, which means that there is no pressure on you to complete certain things within a certain time frame, scores, certain percentages, grades, all these things are not there. So you are planning your own journey in terms of communication leadership, the way you want it, how you want it, at the pace you want it. That's the first thing. But the second thing which makes Toastmaster very unique is that it's a very safe space. In every Toastmaster club, and Gabbys is no exception, you will find in every Toastmaster club, they will always ensure that whether you are doing a good job or you are not doing such a good job, you are getting the encouragement, at least for the effort that you put in to come here and deliver. Right? So that gives you the confidence that even if I fail, even if I don't do a good job, I can still come back here. So what does not happen in Toastmaster, which strikingly and remarkably sets it apart from other conventional education systems, is that we never reprimand, rebuke, put down people for not delivering their level of expectation or our level of expectation. We always encourage them that if you have not done a great job, come back again, do it once more, because there's always one more meeting, there's one more opportunity always coming your way. With this, I would now want to hand over the meeting to someone who's very recently moved to Chicago last week. She is from Nepal, was in India for some time, works with SecGen, and the big news, she just got promoted as the Vice President in Society General. Let me welcome our Toastmaster of the day for today, Toastmaster Deepa Bhandari. Over to you, Deepa.
Thank you so much, DTM Saurav, Datta sir, for that warm introduction. As always, it's always so nice to hear it from a great speaker, a great mentor, and a role model like you. You personally always inspire me. A very good morning to all my fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Well, it's actually almost kind of midnight here. I had to keep an alarm to wake up. I woke up because of the jet lag. I woke up 1 hour before and I was logging in. And I saw that nobody is online. I was wondering why people are not logging in, why there's no one online. Then I went and checked the time. It was still 9 a.m. I had to go back to sleep, again, keep an alarm to wake up to attend the meeting. I'm having fun time because of matching with the time. Nevertheless, it's a great season here. To be honest, there's a different vibe altogether. They term it as holiday season, which we also call it as a holiday season back in India. But I see a different, altogether a new vibe, a different perspective about what this holiday season really means to each one individually. So let me first begin before I say or what I have got to learn of late. Let me first ask you all, what is that you think when we say holiday season? What does it trigger in your mind? What brings in your mind? What does it mean holiday season when we say holiday season to you? Anyone? Anyone who can raise your hands or you can unmute yourself and talk. What is holiday season to you?
Sweets.
Sweets.
Taking a break from work. That's a most important thing. What I
Correct.
feel
Yeah.
about the holidays.
Right. Treats, food, holiday, Paduka, yes.
catching up
Yeah,
with
actually,
Pushpak
in
says
India, we
taking
do
a break
not.
from work.
Taking a break from work, holiday, catching up with friends, Paduka, yes, right. Anything else?
Yeah, for me,
Yeah,
holiday season is recharging yourself for the next stint. So we
Correct.
take a break, we recharge ourselves, and then come back for the next year.
Absolutely, yes. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing your perspective. I think even I always had this in. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, sir. You had
I
something?
just wanted to say exploring something new.
Right.
Holiday season is about exploring new things.
Correct, yes. So we all
Exploring new things.
new things, yes, absolutely. So we all have different perspective when it comes to holiday season, but most of us think about taking breaks, starting new, starting fresh, new resolution, new year, but eating a lot of delicacies, putting on those extra weight, and then again having more resolution to get back to fitness. So this is the idea of having holiday season in the mind, right? This is most typically all of us think about. But here after coming, not that I was part of any conversation, but I heard different people talking differently, and I heard people saying what this holiday season really means to them. So every time we say holiday, we want to take a break. This is what usually holiday season for me as well is about. The most favorite month of the year, because this is the only month, I'm sure anyone who is working can relate to this. Anyone who's working for an for a foreign based company, uh, December is the only holiday season where actually you have low volumes on production, where you have low issues, low queries, people are not available. It's a very quiet a month throughout the entire year, and you get to relax so much. You get to have off. You get to take holiday. It's a most relaxed month throughout the year, and this is why we consider it to be one of the most favorite month of the entire year. But here, when I heard two of the conversations I heard, and that kind of changed my thinking about holiday season, not only from my perspective, but also thinking what this holiday season means to each one of them in a different way, and what value add it brings to them personally. So I heard one of the conversation where one of the colleague was telling the other person apparently that this is the only time of the year when that person gets to meet his family. Apparently throughout the year he is busy with his wife, with taking care of his kids and being busy at work. He does not get any time off, and throughout the year this is the only time where he gets to go and meet his parents apparently throughout the year. So I was thinking, back in India, we live with our parents and we meet our parents every now and then. And then it just kind of triggered me, like, we don't even value that we live with our parents, and it is such an important thing. And there are people who don't even get to meet their parents, apparently. And what would be the thought process of the parents, and what would be the thought process of the kids who stay away, apparently, for so long and get to meet only once in a year? And this is only one of the excuse, or one of the reason why they are able to meet their parents, called the holiday season. And this is the spirit they apparently have, that they wait for this time of the entire year to make that time to go and meet their parents. And one more person who lives, who not lives, he's a homeless guy who's just outside my hotel. I see him. I've been seeing him for entire week, and he's very quiet. He keeps asking for any sort of help that he can get. But I saw him being very excited and very, very happy from past 1 or 2 days. The reason being, he's waiting very excitedly and very eagerly for Christmas and for New Year to come, because apparently this is the time where there are people who donate food, who distribute food for both the days or for a couple of days, and he gets to eat meal. And this is the spirit that he has, because he is very excited for this holiday season, because he's going to have his stomach being filled. So again, that gave me a different perspective, thinking that we are so blessed. We are able to earn, we are able to make money, we are able to have a shelter, and the weather is extremely, extremely cold here. I don't know how people survive without blankets or without jackets. But then he's just living with that spirit of Christmas and New Year, because he's expecting that people are going to come and donate, and people are going to come and give him food. And that is the spirit that he has, that he's going to fill his stomach. So that again changed my perspective. There are so many little things in our life that we feel so ungrateful for. I think universe always tends to help those people who are grateful for the things that they have. And I hope that with this holiday season, I just want everybody to have that spirit, to be grateful for all the little things that we have in our life, and expect more grateful things to happen. That's the only way that universe can definitely help us. So with that thought in mind, and with that spirit in mind, ladies and gentlemen, my dear Toastmasters and guests, typically any Toastmasters meeting have three segments. One is the prepared speech, where the speakers choose certain pathways and they come and deliver a speech written by themselves, and they deliver the speech in front of all of us, which is evaluated by the evaluators. That is the first segment of Toastmasters meeting, called the prepared speech. The second segment of the Toastmasters meeting is the most fun and exciting segment, called table topics, which not only the members can take part, but also guests can get involved. Here the topics are going to be always fun, and you can expect a lot of interactions, not only by the members but also by the guests. And the last segment is the most important segment of Toastmasters meeting. It's called the evaluation. Evaluation is bread and butter for getting better in our public speaking journey. So this is very important segment in Toastmasters meeting, and this is what exactly you're going to encounter if you attend throughout this meeting. And I request everybody to kindly please be there in the meeting, so you can experience all the three segments of today's meeting. But this meeting cannot be done without an evaluator. So I would like to call upon our general evaluator. I will not repeat his introduction, because Toastmaster Mani has already done the introduction. I would like to just say a couple of things about our general evaluator. That he is the reason why I have joined Gabbys in specific, as compared to any other club, because every time that you see this person coming up on the stage, taking up roles or speaking, there's so much to learn from this person. There's so much to take away from this person. And I'm sure you all will definitely agree with me if you have seen him speak, and which is what you have been seeing him speak as well. There's so much you learn, also unlearn through his evaluation, which is what I have learned personally from the way how he has carried forward himself in the entire Toastmasters meeting. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome our general evaluator, DTM Saurav Datta sir. So, over to you.
Thank you so much, Deepa. So I just mentioned that to our guests particularly, that in Toastmaster we don't have any kind of grading mechanism and all that. But if we come and deliver something and no one tells us that what did we do well, what can we do better, what are the areas in which we need to improve, and tell that in a very supportive and in a very positive manner, not to put you down, but to encourage you to come back and do better, right? So that is the role that a general evaluator plays. So we look at three aspects from a general evaluation standpoint. One is time management. How well are you managing your time? All speakers, role takers have been given a time as per the roster, and there is someone who takes care of the time management. The second person is someone who watches the language usage. How well are we using the language? Is there a scope for improvement? And the third person tests our listening skills. How are we as listeners? So let me introduce the first person who will be the timekeeper for today's meeting, our timer, Toastmaster Viresh Biram, who's a machine learning engineer at Indeed.com. Viresh is one of the 5 new members who joined us at the Gabbys. He dabbles in electronic circuits, traveling, hiking, Netflix, and he's hoping, and I'm sure he will, add public speaking and writing to his long list of experiences and expertise. Over to you, Viresh, to explain your role as the timer.
Thank you, DTM Saurav Datta. Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As timer, I will time the table topic speakers, formal speeches, and evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green cards, the yellow cards, and the red cards, which denote specific times remaining. Table topic speakers should limit their remarks no more than 2 minutes. I think 2 to 3 minutes. So at 2 minutes, sorry, I might have, oh, sorry. Yeah, no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll raise the green card. 1.5 minutes, it'll be the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. Those giving speeches, I believe we don't have an icebreaker today. So all speeches will be limited to 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I'll raise the green card. 6 minutes, it'll be the yellow card. And at 7 minutes, I will raise the red card. The individual evaluation should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 2.5 minutes, I'll raise the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I'll raise the red card. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Viresh. So Viresh is playing this role for the first time. In fact, is playing any role for the first time because he's a new Toastmaster. Thank you, Viresh, for taking this role. And I'm sure you're going to do a great job. Just one thing to add to what Viresh said. All the speakers gets a grace period of 30 seconds on the higher side, which means that if your allocated time is 2 minutes and the red card comes up at 2 minutes, you can still speak for another 30 seconds. And prepare speeches and evaluation, we have a 30 second grace period on the lower side as well, which means that if the green card comes at say 2 minutes for evaluation, even if you speak for 1 minute 30 seconds, you are still qualified. When I say qualified, you are qualified for polling. There is no penalty or any kind of reprimand for speaking over time again. On to the next role taker on my team is Toastmaster Shiva Singh. Shiva is a language evaluator for today. Shiva is an IT professional, and in his free time, he enjoys cooking and baking. Over to you, Shiva, to please introduce your role and also the word of the day.
Okay. Thank you, DTM Sauradatta. Good morning, Toastmasters and guests. As a language evaluator, it's my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take a note of any improper language, as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, and thoughts, so many things. As a languager, it's also my duty to introduce a word of the day. For today's meeting, the word is furlough. The meaning of this word is the authorized leave of absence. Basically, it is originated from Dutch language. And then example of usage of these words are like in work, the company announced a month furlough for all the official staffs. In the military, the soldier was happy to be home on furlough to see his family. So I'm also going to post this word in the chat. Please use, whenever use, please appreciate him by raising thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shiva. I missed the word of the day, Nancy. Once you get it on chat, please read it out for us.
Yes.
And finally, the third member on my team is Toastmaster Sachin Jaiswal, who's the listener. Sachin is a finance professional with more than 20 years of experience in IT, healthcare, biotech, and so on. He's a chartered accountant and an alumnus of IIM Bangalore and Columbia Business School. By the way, for people who are not familiar with the Gabbys, Gabbys is kind of the home club for chartered accountants. In our meeting today itself, we have got a bunch of chartered accountants. And I think the club in the last count had almost 1/3 of the members were chartered accountants. So if you know a chartered accountant who needs to improve on his speaking skill, this is the place. Okay, so over to Sachin for explaining his role as the listener.
Thank you, DTM Saurabh for a wonderful introduction. There is a saying, listening is an art that requires attention over talent, spirit over ego, and others over self. In our secular and professional life, listening is very important. If you don't listen to your friends, there is a chance you may lose your friend. If you don't listen to your boss, there is a chance you may lose a job. And if you don't listen to your wife, the problem is much serious, so better improve your listening skills. Now today as a role, as a listener, my role is to listen to the entire proceedings of the meetings. And at the end, when asked by general evaluator, I'll be asking questions to test the listening skills of the member and the guest. Over to you, DTM Saurabh Datta.
Thank you. I don't know. I have a feeling that every time any man takes up the listener role and he's married, the wife smirks in the background. Anyways, the word of the day is furlough. Furlough is unauthorized leave. And I would encourage everyone to, authorized leave. Yeah, sorry, authorized leave. Yeah, authorized leave. French leave is unauthorized leave, right? Leave of absence. Okay. Apart from the three role takers that I just introduced, we also have speech evaluators and table topic evaluators, who I will introduce when I come back on the stage when invited by the Toastmaster of the day. Over to you, Toastmaster Deepa.
Thank you so much for explaining the role of evaluation and the evaluation so well. With that, let's quickly move on to our first very exciting segment of the meeting, which is the prepared speech. And let's see what's in store for all of us by the speakers. So let me call upon the last minute change in the speakers or speaker. Our speaker one is DTM Nancy Goel, who is delivering her speech on persuasive influence. Well, what do I talk about Nancy Goel? Well, if you meet her in person, you will have a different intro by yourself. She's such a jovial, humbled, and down to earth kind of a personality. But nevertheless, let me still go ahead and introduce her for the benefit of people who may not know her personally. Nancy Goel is a director and partner at Practive Consulting and Training, a vibrant consulting and training service company which serves MSMEs, nonprofits, and corporates across India. She has more than 10 years of entrepreneurial experience and a strong expertise in business intelligence and data analytics. Definitely don't doubt about it. Nancy is the charter president of the Gabbys and currently serving as the VP Education of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome our first speaker, DTM Nancy Goel.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepa. Would you read out the speech title as well?
One, sorry, I did not have the title. What was the title?
Hope.
Home.
Hope.
Hope. Sorry. Okay, I did not have it. I'm so sorry. Hope. Hope. DTM Nancy Goel.
How many of you have been depressed in life at least once? Raise up hands if you have been depressed in life at least once. I see quite a lot of you raising your hand, Depression is the new cool nowadays. Kudos to all of you for being depressed at least once. I've been in that state for a long, long time when I didn't even know that depression is the new cool. This happened long time back, but after I joined Gabbys. No, I'm not saying that I got depressed because I joined Gabbys. All I'm saying is it just coincided at some point in time. This was a time somewhere in 2021 when I had no business leads, nothing was happening on that front, no job, no finances, and no boyfriends. I just couldn't understand what to do with my life. I was a chartered president of the Gabbys, joining Gabbys meetings just to stay behind that black screen. There was no offline meeting happening. I was so aloof that even if I am joining the Gabbys meeting, even for once, for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I'll try to avoid any role possible. Not even the listener role, joke master role, any screen time to be precise. That was the time when I was not even talking to anyone within Gabbys despite being the president. I was somebody who has just completed a path. I was somebody who has already overcome the fear of public speaking. I was somebody who had a mentor. I was somebody who had friends and an excom to run. I was somebody who had a good number of members in the club I could speak to. But I was somebody who was completely aloof and wanted to be in my cocoon. And I was very happy in my cocoon, I was just having my food thrice a day. My parents were there to cook that for me. And nothing else. The best part of your life is when you're depressed and you get food on your plate. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, you know who I'm going to talk about. I got a call from my mentor, DTM Saurav Datta. Nancy, so it's been quite some time you have taken up a role. I can't blame him. He was not just my mentor, but he was a VP education as well. So he needed to know who's taking up the roles and who's not taking up the roles. Yeah, I don't think I want to take up next path, maybe. I'm not very, very sure what's, I don't know. You know what, Nancy? All these excuses won't work with me. No excuses. It's just, I just don't know. I think I've completed a path in 6 months and everything is okay, I'll probably take a break for some time. Okay. Are you not keeping well? No, I'm fine. It's all good. Nancy, I can guess it from your voice that you are not you. I can very well understand that something is off. Tell me what's off. Me being me, I'm not going to tell him anything. And I didn't. No, I think Toastmasters, I joined Toastmasters for 6 months, and this is too much of Toastmasters happening in my life. Nothing else. And I want to take a break. You know what? You need positive strokes. Positive strokes? Yes. Nothing else is happening in your life, right? Nothing else will happen in your life unless you start getting those positive strokes. Now I can see the look on Chetra's face. It's pretty confusing. What do we mean by positive strokes? And so was I. I was not only confused, but I was intrigued. I wanted to know more. What does he mean by that? And him being him, he always brings up these jargons so that you become curious. And he explained, you don't need to use Toastmasters only for public speaking. It's a reflection of our life. Our speech is a reflection of our lives. But what happens when you get the Best Speaker Award? What happens when you get the Best Role Taker Award? What happens when you get that Level Achievement Award or any award for that matter? You feel the joy. You feel when people praise you. You feel really happy. All those emotions become really positive when people come forward and praise you for your little efforts. And these little efforts don't need much effort, right? You're making sense. I think I'll think about it. That was the conversation I had. And post that, I thought, okay, let me just take a fun role or maybe one speech. I did take up a role. I did take up a speech and a speech after speech and a role after role. And I started getting those positive strokes over and over and over again. The moment I started getting those positive strokes, I started getting some positive vibes around me and I started coming out of my cocoon that I needed to. And that is where I think I needed my mentor to give me that little hope. Oprah Winfrey says that a mentor is someone who gives you hope to see something positive in yourself. And that, ladies and gentlemen, though I have talked a lot about my mentor, but this is one aspect I never mentioned, that he gave me hope when I needed the most. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Wow, what a speech. May I please request everybody to kindly unmute and let's give it up for DTM Nancy, because this is something I can definitely relate to. Let's please put it out for Nancy Goel. I definitely can resonate so much with you, Nancy. I am so curious to ask, have you finally ticked all the boxes which were unticked when you were facing the depression stage? Are those boxes ticked now?
Very well.
All right, happy and excited for you. Okay, so with that, let's move on to our second speaker. Let's see what our second speaker has in store for us then. Our second speaker is Toastmaster Pushpak Mehra, who is delivering L3P1 on Project Visionary Communication. Toastmaster Pushpak Mishra is a chartered accountant with over 6 years of experience in accounting, auditing, and taxation, and also in financial reporting. He is currently the assistant manager in finance controllership at Levi's, where he brings his hands-on experience in auditing, handling MIS reporting, and regulatory compliance. His role reflects a strong foundation in finance and a dedication to ensuring accuracy and adherence to financial regulations. I guess if at all we all want the Levi's vouchers, we know who to reach out to. So, Toastmaster Pushpak Mishra, increasing knowledge. Over to you, Toastmaster Pushpak Mishra.
Sorry to interrupt. Topic was control the control level.
Control the?
Control level.
Okay. Control the control level.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepa. Good morning, dear Toastmaster and fellow guests. Have you ever tried to control everything in your life? But it's impossible. I did. And that cost me 6 months of precious time of my career. Yes, I'm talking about my CA final days. After completing of my CA inter, I was very excited and I enrolled for CA final exam. There was too much hype about the CA final that syllabus is too bulky, exam is too tough, pass percentage is too low, and I started overthinking again and again. And I judging myself, am I competent enough to complete the syllabus? What happened if pass percentage is too low? If I'm not get the result, so that paralyzed my confidence. And instead of focusing on the preparation part, I started thinking about the outcome. And one day I heard from my friend that the evaluator, sometimes if they don't in a good mood, they even literally fail the student. They don't give the good marks. I started thinking about what happened if they have some family problem and if they don't give me the good marks, I will fail. I mean, some weird kind of thinking came into, even in dream also. I get a dream that I'm not, when I going to exam hall, I go late. So instead of focusing on my exam preparation, I always start my day with thinking, what if, what if, what if. And yeah, this happened. Exam came, I appeared for the exam, result day, I failed. Same, I was thinking that if the result will not in my favor, what I will do. Even I think about like after like exam result, what I will do. And that day literally I start crying, and I decided I will quit. CA final is not cup of my tea, and I will start working. I will start finding a job. Next day, one call came. That was the manager where I have done my articles. He called me, Pushpak, I was expecting good news from you. I said, sir, I failed. What? You failed? You were a very good student. You cracked your CA IPCC with good marks. I work with you. I know your potential. And how you failed? I, sir, CA final syllabus is too huge, bulky. And exam, sometimes they ask the question out of the syllabus. Passage is too low. So what rubbish you are talking? Always control the control levels and don't think too much. I really knew control the control level. I said, what it means? He said, focus on your exam preparation, plan your day, focus how you will prepare the complete syllabus. Don't plan your result. That is the byproduct. And that day, after that call got disconnected, I take a pen and paper and I start thinking how I can plan my day. I break the CA final syllabus into small pieces and I start working on that. And from that day, my confidence go up. And yes, I cracked my CA final exam. And after that onwards, I was very chill kind of person because I follow certain approach. Whenever problem comes, I take one step back, just go have a cup of coffee and think like, okay, problem has come. Is this problem have any solution? Any medicine for that? If answer is no, take a deep breath and accept the outcome and move ahead. But if the answer is yes, this problem can be cured. What are the steps of it? I work on that and then move on. Next question is, yes, if do we have any mitigation for this so that we can avoid the problem in future? If any mitigation plan can we follow, then yes, we need to work on the mitigation plan. And after that, my life become very chill. Because dear Toastmasters, problem, every day you will find a problem in your day-to-day life. But it's about how you react with that problem. Just take a step back and see if you have a medicine, you can cure the problem, take a step. If answer is no, this problem is not controllable, it is not in your hand, then just move on. Relax. So dear Toastmaster, if you are in a Bangalore traffic and you are stuck in a traffic, don't keep honking because you can't push the car and you can't clear the traffic. What you can do? Just you can take a deep breath. You can listen your favorite music and enjoy the moment. That's it. Thank you.
Let's hear it up for Toastmaster Pushpak Mishra. I think he's that one speaker who can turn any serious conversation also into a very humorous conversation. There's constant smile on my face every time he comes on the stage. There's so much of natural sense of humor that you have in you, inbuilt, without any much force or it comes out so naturally from you. It's always a treat to hear you speak, Toastmaster Pushpak Mishra. I definitely thoroughly enjoyed your speech today. I hope everyone did so too. All right. So with that, before moving on to the most exciting segment, which is the table topic speech, I want to ask, of course, apart from the 4 loaves, which are the leaves, what are the other things that you if I ask you perhaps what are the things that you like about the holiday season, we know what is going to come out. So I want to twist it a little bit and ask you rather from the audience, tell me anything that you don't like or you rather dislike about the holiday season. For example, the one thing that I really dislike the most about anything, whether it's holiday season or the non-holiday season, is meeting my relatives. I don't like meeting my relatives at all. So, what is that one another thing that you dislike about the holiday season? Anyone?
Yeah. Can I?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So the part is just before the holiday season, that is on 24th or 23rd. You need to basically collect. I mean, I work for an Indian company, right? So everybody goes on for a vacation, and then we collect all this pile work, and then I need to ensure that I will be able to do work on my own without anybody's support abroad. So it's like it's one of the most frustrating time that you have to work when everybody is on leave. So yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with you. That's what I've been following as well. And this is the only reason why I like holiday season. I don't celebrate Christmas, but this is the only time where I really get that time off in the entire year. Totally agree with you. Then we have one more, right? Viresh, timer Viresh, you wanted to say something?
Oh
You want to
yeah. The one I don't really like is like having to pick gifts. Like people give me gifts and I'm like, oh my God, now I need to pick a gift for you. I just don't know what to do. I don't like that part.
totally secret Santas. I agree. During Secret Santas, you have to pick the gifts for the exchange, and it's very complicating. Definitely, you don't know what to pick. All right, Barnali.
Yeah, hi. So for me, the season is like the holiday season is a more for a kind of a sale season for everyone, and we tend to pick those things which is unwanted, and we loosen our pocket. So this is possibly apparently afterwards we repent for that. So this is one of the thing which I feel it is the most unwanted thing which comes up as a sale or as a season for holiday.
Absolutely, I totally forgot about it. Thanks for refreshing it. Yes, absolutely. I just did that, so I can connect it. Absolutely. All right. Master Sachin.
Yeah, especially talking about these Christmas holidays, and I'm talking from the corporate perspective. Since we're in retail industry, there is a trend that everybody wants to go on leave on during the Christmas vacation. It becomes very difficult to run the operations when everybody is applying for leave. So I encourage my team to take leave in a planned way, and not everyone to go and take leave during the Christmas, because it becomes very difficult to run the operation. That's one thing which I don't like about this Christmas holiday vacation.
Correct. Absolutely. Yes. Definitely agree. Yes. This is what we hear from our managers as well. All right. Okay. There's someone who has raised the hand in the in-person meeting. Anyone who has raised in person?
One is me.
Mhm.
Apart from me, check if there are many more. Okay. Chaitra is there. 1 minute.
For me, I think it's the time my money gets spent. So I'm sad by the end of the season, and I start the year with penny less. So I think holiday season is great, but the outcome is bad.
Totally. Yes. Okay. All right. Good.
Okay,
Bird.
Nitin is there.
Yes. Sure. Go ahead, Nitin.
So one of the bane and a boon is that there's so much good food, and you just can't stop eating through the holiday season. So you have to control myself, which is difficult. And yesterday I had 3 desserts after dinner, so that doesn't just because it's available there. So that's something which I would like to control on probably.
Absolutely, even me too. I'm literally having only desserts. There are no other options to eat here. Even for breakfast, also there are desserts. I can connect. All right. Oh God. Okay.
Okay, one last from me.
Yes. Yes.
This is Nancy speaking. Um, During the holiday season, as BP education, I don't find role takers, and that's what I dislike about holiday season the most. That's pretty much it. After the holiday season is over, it's very difficult to bring back people from the lethargy they are getting used to during the season itself. So, yes, that's what I dislike about the season.
Yeah, that's our Toastmaster speaking. Thank you so much, Nancy. All right, I did not expect so much. I was thinking maybe a couple of points like expending and then putting on weight, but so much of different perspective, and definitely it refreshed my memory as well. Thank you everybody for sharing so many inputs, and definitely it brought in a sense of humor also to the things that you shared. So, all right, with that, let's move on to the table topics segment. This is a little bit of an intriguing introduction that I've had, and I'm so curious to know if this is really, I don't know if it is a fiction introduction or is it a true introduction. So our TTM, Chaitra L, is a compliance lawyer at Mori Global by day and a professional Kathak dancer whenever she can steal a moment. She is a certified Gabby bird watcher and the proud mother of a beautiful newborn daughter. Congratulations, Olive, who has joined her lively crew alongside Newton, who's a Labrador, and Leo, Kadaknath Rooster. She comes from a Yash Raj movie family. So this is what I really want to know after maybe the introduction. And happily married to a cricketer who hasn't given up on turning her into a six-hitter apparently. So let's hear it up for our table topic master, Chaitra Yell. Is this really true? You're from a Yash Raj family?
Just a note. Deepa, we will have a 5 minutes break for now before the table topic session, please.
All right. Okay. Sure. Yes, maybe after we come back, we'll hear this out from her. All right. Okay. Thank you. Let's meet after 5 minutes. Okay, guess we are back from the break. I hope everybody is back, not just online, but offline. I can see everybody. Online, do we have everybody back? All right. Okay. All right. So where did we stop? So we stopped about really trying to know, does our TTM Chaitra really come from Yash Raj movie family? We can't hear you. Can
you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
All right. Not really a Yash Raj family, but then Yash Raj movie family. That's how there's a melancholy in my family and a lot of emotions and drama and fun, happiness, anything in happiness. That's how we closely knit. So quite dramatic it gets.
Okay, the stage is all yours to get started
Thank
with
you.
the table topics.
Thank you, Deepa, and fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. This is a unique rhyme to this time of year, it is a season that carries a special kind of magic, one that doesn't come from a store, but from the moments that softens our heart. Before I kickstart giving away the table topics for today, I have two-pronged suggestions to them, whoever is picking this up. One being breathe, two being bring in a lot of warmth because the furlough season mode is on. Okay. I would call upon the first table topic speaker to be Barnali Debrnath.
Hi.
All right. The question goes like this. Tell us about a holiday plan that went wrong but turned out for the best? Tell us about a holiday plan that went wrong but turned out for the best. Over to you.
Okay. I need to think upon on this. Why? Because I can't able to recollect any moment wherein the holiday went wrong. Um, can I take a minute, please?
Of course. Let me get the question again to you so it's clearer. Tell us about a holiday plan that went wrong but turned out for the best.
Okay. So, since you said that I need to bring in some warmth and love just to connect in that context. Okay. So, there was an incident in our family. So, I belong to a family wherein I have an elder sister. I'm the youngest. And we went to Calcutta. And the purpose of traveling to Calcutta was something not that good purpose. So we went there and we had, too much of an up and down with, too much of an juggling with hospital bills, going to, for surgery, going to hospital, coming back. But then at the end of that particular duration, when we came back, we were quite amazed when we saw our mother coming back healthy. And then we thought it was not holiday exactly, but then we planned for a holiday to Calcutta, and it turned out haywire. And we suddenly have to rush to hospital. But then finally we can able to broughten her back healthy and happy. So this is what I could able to relate right now with this particular topic, nothing more.
Thank you so much, Barnali. That is a moment to cherish for you.
Yes,
And
yes.
you did bring a lot of love and warmth. Thank you for that. Before I go on to the next topic, I would like Sudha Yadav to be the next person. She's not enough. Muskan Rahman, would you like to take up the next table topic?
Yeah, sure.
All right. What is one specific sound or scent that feels like a holiday magic to you? What is the one specific sound or scent that feels like a holiday magic to you?
Thank you so much, Table Topic Master, for this amazing topic. I can already relate to your topic because I'm thinking something and it got correlated with your topic. Thank you, thank you. So here I start. So that one sound I would like to say Saurabh sir sound and Nancy ma'am sound because they are present in this room. So and this is the moment I got. So I would like to thank them and they have gave me a gift in advance, I guess. Before they are my secret Santa, I would like to say. While furloughs usually means a break from work, I'm actually celebrating the opposite today, the chance to start work. They say a furlough is a time to stay back, but I think the holiday spirit is about stepping up for others. I am incredibly thankful to Saurabh sir and Nancy ma'am because instead of putting my aspiration on furlough, they first tracked my career by taking a chance on me as an intern in their company. So I got this opportunity, and I would like to thank them. Thank you so much for this, for to all my Secret Santa who have gave me this gift in advance and trusted me with the seat they have trusted on me. And thank you so much. And this is the holiday scent or sound I would like to say is what I am always curious on my life, whole life. Thank you.
Thank you, Muskan. That was touching. Thank you so much for that. The next table topic speaker would be Sachin Jaiswal. All right. The question goes like this. Tell us about a time you witnessed a random act of holiday kindness. Tell us about a time you witnessed a random act of holiday kindness.
Uh, so yeah, so act of holiday kindness. We went to a very religious place, Kedarnath, last year, and we did the darshan. There were a lot of there was a climb of almost 10,000 steps, and my mother-in-law was along with me, and my son and my wife. But somehow we managed to, do the complete trip. And then I returned back to hotel. After this trip, we were all very tired. And then I went for a lunch in the afternoon. There were some saints who came to that hotel because that was the place from where they started the trek to Kedarnath. And these saints were very hungry. There were 4-5 saints. So since they were going the same tough trip, I sponsored their food completely. And at the same time, I gave them money to buy some warm clothes because the journey was forward was very tough. Weather was very harsh. And they gave me a lot of blessings. So I feel this one act of kindness which I did during my holiday, and which gave me a lot of satisfaction, because we do things for ourselves. We buy warm clothes, we stay in the best hotel, but there are people who are not privileged for the pilgrimage journeys to sponsor to some extent their food and to their clothing. It gives a lot of satisfactions. That was one of the act of kindness which I still remember, which gave me a lot of satisfaction. Over to you, table topics master.
Thank you, Sachin. That was quite warm and displays your attitude towards counting your blessings. That's a very nice way to put it across. And did not expect this random act of kindness. Thank you so much for that. I would call upon the next speaker to be Nitin. Okay, so I can. Yes, sure. Malika, would you have I pronounced your name right? Malvika. Malvika, would you like to take up the next topic? Please feel free. Walk to the podium. All right. If you would start a brand new holiday tradition today, what would it be? If you would start a brand new holiday tradition, what would it be? Over to you.
I'm not very good at following traditions, so it's a little funny that I have to start a brand new tradition. But I think that given the flavor of the season, if I had to start something very simple as a holiday tradition, it would be something that follows from the saying, do one good deed a day. So I think it's very simple and a tradition which would be easy for everyone to follow, and something that we've all been hearing about since our childhood days. Like we've had the elder members of the family saying, do one good deed a day and you'll be fine. And it'll give you something to be satisfied about and happy about, as well as the other person. So if I had to start a tradition, that would be it.
Thank you so much. You did say something really new and nice. So that was interesting. If this could be brought as a tradition, it would be nice. Thank you for that. The next table topic speaker would be Prasant. Okay, this something connects to me very well. The holiday often feels rushed. Do you find a moment of peace? I'm sure all of you all would be able to connect to. The holiday often feels rushed. How do you find a moment of peace? Oh.
Okay, whenever we are going on holidays, right? So we stop working, right? That we'll do the work once we come back. And then we are into holidays, couple of days, and then we realize that the holidays about to end, and we start worrying about the work. That now we have to go out and complete whatever we had planned and whatever we had not done before going on the holiday. So definitely, holiday is something where you get the time to enjoy initially, right? If you're going on a trip, you enjoy for a couple of days, but when it is about to end, you start worrying about like, oh, now I need to go back to work again, and I need to complete the new things also, and whatever the pending thing I've left. So I think to find the peace in this kind of situation is that just somehow control yourself, not thinking about the work while you are on the holiday. Once the holiday is kind of ended, you can come back and whatever work is there, you'll be able to do so. And also, if you go going on holiday, just try to make sure that you complete everything and not leaving anything on the pending, so that when you're coming back, you will have the new work and not worry about the pending works. So, and that's how I try to find peace, and everyone can find peace.
Thank you so much, Prasang. Looks like in the hustle you did find your magic. Okay, now it's the end of the table topics. Thank you so much for patience listening. And it's over to you, Deepa. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Maybe next time, Vikram, sorry, because of the time, we couldn't accommodate you, but please do come for the meeting next time and we'll ensure that you're accommodated for the next table topic segment. All right, in the interest of time, we'll have to get quickly started with the evaluation, and I would like to hand over the podium back to our general evaluator, DTM Saura Datta, to take it over with his team, please.
Hello. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. And we will start with the general evaluation section. And we will start with the speech evaluations first. So may I invite the evaluator for the first speaker, Toastmaster Ankur Vishwakarma, to evaluate our first speaker, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goel. Over to you, Ankur.
Hope is a good thing. Maybe one of the best of the things. And good things never die. This is one of my favorite quotes from one of my favorite movies called The Shawshank Redemption. And today's story of DTM Nancy reminded us how you keep your hope held and you can cross anything. Depression is the new pool. Is it really? Because the ones who have been through it may not feel the same way. And it was so great of DTM Nancy to have taken us through it with in such a light way. The speech had apt humor that we could feel that there were lows, but we also could feel the light. We didn't feel as if we were listening to a very sad story. You took us all through a journey where we could feel the points and we could feel the local minimas, even though we all were just pseudo depressed. We all have our had our points, and that's why the opening of this speech hooked us all. Even though we being pseudo depressed people, we could feel those moments where we felt that we were depressed, but we were not. This speech was a masterpiece. It had everything: a lovely opening, humor, very good body movement. DTM Nancy covered the whole stage, role play, the call, proper vocal variety, structure, and it achieved the goal of the speech too. Coming to the recommendations, the first thing that I was able to guess was that this speech was a little predictable for me. We have heard Saurav sir doing so much for us that when you said that you may have guessed who it could have been, I was able to guess it that the mentor who could have helped you was Saurav Datta. So what my small recommendation to you, DTM Nancy, is I want to know more about you. And in the previous speeches, I have heard a lot of great stories involving Saurav Datta. We want to hear more of other places where, let's say, leadership help you. And other thing was a little vocal variety could have been good. Like it had already had, but a little more would have added a more flavor to the speech. By the way, DTM Nancy prepared this speech at the last moment. It was 9:30 a.m. when I saw her message that she is going to deliver the speech because the speaker dropped off. So kudos for preparing such a wonderful speech in such a small time. And quoting one of her lines, which DTM Saurav said to her, little efforts don't need much efforts. With that, I would like to give it this message to all of you that let's keep making little efforts wherever we are, and we would be doing so well. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Am I audible? Okay, so yeah, so Ankur, one of the best things I like about evaluations where you pick up a line from what the speaker said, because that clearly gives the speaker a confidence that you paid attention to the speech and you were listening and you were invested. I think that's a very good strategy that always works to create that credibility with the speaker. One thing about your evaluation or general delivery is that this is a bit of a problem that you are continuously like this, the entire evaluation happens. So you understand what is the problem, right? Extremely distracting because you are continuously moving on the street. And that is one of the reasons I always say people who are in Bangalore make an effort to come here. It's a huge difference when you are speaking in front of the mic, in front of the camera, at your desk, and when you come here. You start moving unpurposefully. Your voice starts trembling. You have a lot of issues that you face when you're on the stage, and it comes out only when you come on the stage. So, Ankur, ensure that you practice this to stand at one place and deliver a speech. Have movements, don't be a statue, but don't make it so distracting. Second is the recommendation that you gave. I didn't really understand the recommendation, to be very honest. I don't know if it's actionable for her. You said that we all know that you're talking about it was predictable. So you could have made it much more distinct that probably you could have talked about some other mentor, right? Or you could have talked about some other incident. But when you say that you should try to make it a little bit more, so how will she do it? What exactly do you want her to do it? Give a very specific on this, right? Because you're kind of just leaving it out there. Thank you. Now, coming to Nancy. Nancy, dialogues are good, role plays are good, but you have to understand when is it too much. Your speech was almost 60% was this and this and this, and it was becoming very, kind of, after a certain point of time, it was becoming a bit of a drag. We were all wanting it to end. Now, what was the essence of that conversation? That your mentor said, positive strokes. Why was this necessary? A role play should be done when a role play is required to depict the message. In this case, the message was, Nancy, we all have problems. Try to find the positive strokes. That's it. So that was good enough. You did not need to do the entire thing right from hello, good morning, and everything you mentioned. That entire conversation was not required. Do not get carried away by the instruments of the speech. Remember, role plays, PPTs, all of these are scaffoldings for the building. The speech is the building. So good effort, Nancy, because it was a last minute effort. Good job. And thank you, Ankur. I know evaluating Nancy is not easy, but you did a good job. Thank you so much. Can we have a big round of applause for our speaker one and evaluator one, please? Moving on, let me now invite our second evaluator. Our second evaluator is again a chartered accountant, evaluating again a chartered accountant. So she is a division level contestant. She's an area contest champion. Our VP membership of the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club. Toastmaster Gauri Agarwal. Toastmaster Gauri Agarwal evaluating Toastmaster Pushpak Mishra. Pushpak, please come on stage. Gauri, can we spotlight it, please? Can we spotlight Gauri? Yeah, there she is. Thank you so much. Over to you, Gauri.
Thank you, DTM Saurav Datta. Pushpak, it was, of course, a very relatable speech for me because you spoke about a CA student's journey. Now, the whole country does know that the CA exam is very difficult to crack. So, the qualification chartered accountant is extremely prestigious. Now, what I loved about your speech is the title, Control the Controllable, and how you beautifully weaved it with the speech. The structuring of your speech was the best part of your speech because introduction, body, and message was very clearly differentiable. When you started your speech, you started with throwing a question to the audience. How many of us try to control everything? And most of us do. So that you started on a very good note when it came to audience engagement. The body of your speech, when you spoke about the struggles, you added bits of humor when you spoke about the evaluator, the assessors might be in a bad mood and they will flunk me, or I dream about being late to the exam, a dream that every CA student has dreamt of. You closed with a message, take a step back. It was actually a takeaway message for all of us listening to you. The rate of your speech, the way that you were speaking, was attributing clarity. I could understand each and every word that you were speaking. Now, after saying so much, what are my recommendations for you to make this and take this to a better level? I have 3 recommendations for you. The first one is if you can work on the structuring of your speech, not in terms of introduction, body, or conclusion, but there were repetitions. Like when you told us that these were your struggles, you were overthinking, the course material is too much, the pass percentage is very high. You repeated that when, as an article, you went to your boss and you flunked, and you repeated that whole story about why you flunked. So if you want to work on the structuring, the best way is rhetorical devices. And my all-time favorite is rule of three. It helps you to keep the message concise and you can play with it, even adding humor to it. My second recommendation to you is interrupting patterns. You did that very nicely. Let me give you an example. At the closing of your speech, when you said, let's take a step back, after that, you gave the example of Bangalore traffic. So, the serious message, the pattern got broken by giving a relatable, slightly humorous example. The same you need to do with your body language. Now, this was your constant hand gesture, and there was a constant frown on your face. So, breaking those patterns is what keeps the audience engaged to you and keeps boredom at bay. My third recommendation to you is add emotion. I'm going to go off time and that's okay, but I want to communicate this to you. Adding emotion. You had a chance. You had two ways to go. Either adding humor to the speech by telling your audience about by making the CA students journey humorous, and the second one giving out a message. So it was the chance to tell all the toastmasters here about the struggle and how difficult it really is. And I think that emotional connect was not there. It was just the feeling that yes, exam tough hota hai, the CA exam is tough. Again, let me give you an example. When you say I failed, you did this again. How about slouching a little, putting your head down and actually feeling what you felt when you failed? Just to quickly summarize, I love the introduction, body, and conclusion, the structuring, but please work on interrupting patterns to break monotony and add emotion to your speech so that we can feel what you're saying. Thank you and all the best to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Gauri. Okay, so Gauri, can we keep her on spotlight? So, Gauri, there are two things which makes as one thing I mentioned when Ankur gave the evaluation, that when you pick up a line from the speaker's speech, it gives the speaker a confidence that you have listened to the speech. The other beautiful thing is what Gauri did, which is to connect with the speech. Right? She started off saying that I am a chartered accountant, and this speech was about chartered accountants, so I could easily relate with it. So, whenever the speaker is delivering a speech and you're evaluating the speech and you're saying that I have a very tangible and a very credible reason to connect with your speech, then the speaker gets the confidence this man, this woman will understand what I said. Right? And that makes the speaker eager to receive your feedback. Remember, the feedback is personal. The speaker can take the feedback, can discard the feedback. The receptivity of the speaker increases when you state at the upfront why you are connecting with the speech. Now, Gauri, two things about your evaluation that I would want to point out. I will go over time and that's okay. No, it's not okay. I want all of us to understand that statistically it is proven that you lose 99% of the audience even if you exceed time by 1 minute, no matter how good a speaker you are, because the audience switches off. They feel cheated. They feel they have been duped into spending more time than what was promised. So your credibility as a speaker gets lost. I understand that sometimes as an evaluator, we feel that we justice nahi kar payenge, we will not be able to do justice if we don't say this point. That just shows the authenticity of the evaluator, right? Which you had, or in this case. But resist that temptation. If need be, call up Pushpak after this meeting and tell him, one more point I wanted to give you, but because of paucity of time, I could not. So this is that point. I must say that before I die. If that is the urge that you feel to give that point out, but do not use more than the allotted time. Control that urge. I have made that mistake many a times. When we evaluate a 40-minute speech in 2 to 3 minutes, it's a big challenge. In a 40-minute speech, there are so many things to talk about. But you have to pick up that one important thing which the speaker must take back with him. That is the test of evaluation speech. The second is 3 recommendations is what I think you had, right, Corey? Always stick to 2. If it's a very profound recommendation, even 1 is good enough. But 3 is a big no-no. I always say every Toastmaster meeting is a test ground, is a practice ground for your contest. Do what you will do in a contest every time you take the stage, right? So in a contest, we always say keep 2 recommendations. So please ensure you now don't exceed that. And the third recommendation I can exceed because I am not being timed is that don't go overboard with your praises, right? Because we want to sound very good, we want to sound very encouraging. We keep going on and on and on. That is not required. Remember, before the green card comes up, you should be done with your commendations. So that when the green card comes up, you are done with at least 1 recommendation. By the time the yellow card comes up, you're done with both the recommendation. That is the timing pattern. Try to follow that. Okay, thank you so much, Gauri and Pushpak. And Pushpak, one more thing. I told that why we should do meetings in person. What I told about Ankur is that he was walking continuously. Pushpak, this is not acceptable. This is not acceptable. Even if you are on the stage standing here, standing like this is not acceptable. And let me tell you, most of the men who comes here, they do that, right? Again, this is something you will never be able to get rid of as a habit until and unless you attend meetings in person, right? So these are some of the things that we carry with ourselves as a baggage as a speaker, and people forget the message and focus on these things and we lose our credibility. So please try to attend meetings in person. It really helps. With this, let me now move on to the next evaluator, who is the table topic evaluator. Our table topic evaluator is a distinguished Toastmaster Nitin Patak. And Nitin, I don't have your formal introduction. Spare me with that. Please, the stage is all yours.
Yep. Check. Online audience, am I clear? You audible? All right, thanks. Thanks, everyone. I'll be evaluating the table topics and brevity being the theme. We'll try to give one grow on for all the speakers and one thing they did well. We'll start with the first speaker, Barnali Devnath. Topic was, tell us about a holiday plan that went wrong, but turned out for the best. So feedback, one thing which we can grow on is that the initial 5 seconds are what you have to make an impression. Do not disclose your inhibitions. Do not disclose that you don't know what to answer. Do not disclose that you're not feeling comfortable. Try to have a positive impact in that part. The thing which you did well in your table topic was you were able to add an anecdote, a personal story. It is always good if you can have a personal story within your table topic. It just makes it more relatable, more relatable in itself. So good job over there, Barnali. The next speaker was Muskan Rahman. And the topic was, what is the one specific sound or scent that feels holiday magic for you? Now, one grow on which I feel you have is, you have the answer. You had an answer for an absolute start. You had the answer while the topic was going on, that it's Saurav or Nancy's voice. So you can always start a topic with, please take up a role in Nancy's voice, or join Toastmasters in Saurav's voice. Start your topic with absolute banger. You have already made your impact. Opportunity for that, utilize it if you know the answer. And the thing you did well was adding a relatable story. When you talk about Toastmasters within Toastmasters, people do tend to understand better. And you also added the word of the day into your table topic. So good job keeping that word in the mind and also incorporating it. Third speaker was Sachin Jaiswal. Tell us about the time you witnessed a random act of holiday kindness. One suggestion for you is, while we are thinking, where do we keep our eye contact? You are in front of laptop, you are clearly visible. If you're going to think this while thinking, keep on doing your eyes, it is directly visible. Try to look at the camera as much as possible while you're thinking your thoughts. It showcases confidence. And I really liked the part that you not just shared the story, but that impact it had on you. We talk about a lot of kindness, but what it impact it had on you. You added that small element, so that was wonderful in your topic. Next was Malvika. If you would have start a brand new holiday tradition, what would it be? A simple grow on, first time on stage is, he spoke about posture. try to keep an open posture. I think your hand was like this for a time. Just try to keep it more open. It becomes very welcoming to people as well. But again, I'm glad that you took on stage and you started on a sarcastic note of like about I will not fall to do any tradition whatsoever. So that showcases that captures attention. So good job adding that part. Could bring a chuckle in the table topic. Last, it was Prasang Mani. The topic was the holidays often feel rush. How do you find moment of peace? The again a recommendation is that you have option of adding a personal story. You spoke a lot about generic things. Just add some anecdote, even if it's a made up one. I failed. My boss told me something and I could not do it. That works. And I like that of all the table topics, you had a takeaway message. So it's always good. So that's from my side, and I now enjoy my furlough until the GE completes the rest of the part. Thank you. Thank you.
Nitin is one of the most no-nonsense Toastmasters that I've ever met. He comes here, bang, 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 chop, 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 does the business and leaves. That's the kind of impact and a very powerful voice, a very powerful personality. But one thing I want to mention specifically today, Nitin did not have any role. And yet, Nitin came all the way to attend this meeting in person for the very simple reason that he wanted to experience this in person. And also, because we have been pushing for people to attend meetings in person. So, thank you for doing that, Nitin. It sets the right example. Nitin is a distinguished Toastmaster, and I think it's on all DTMs to live up to this level. What we want other people to do, we must first do ourselves so that people follow us, because people do follow us. The second thing is Nitin picked up the TT role last minute because we had a drop in the speaker. So Nancy took up the speaker role last minute. Nitin took up the TT role last minute. So when you at all become a DTM, this is what the expectation is, that you will be able to save us in the moment of crisis, because that's what distinguished Toastmasters do. A big round of applause for both our DTMs who helped us conduct this meeting so easily by taking up the last minute roles. Nitin, no comments on your evaluation. Bang on. No surprises. Nitin is also an area contest winner in table topic. So yes, the Gabbys is sprinkled with area, division, and district champions. So you're in the right place if your contest is on your mind. Moving on, I will now invite the timer for today's meeting, Toastmaster Viresh Vedam, to present the timer's report. Viresh.
Thank you, DTM Sauradatta. If I may share my screen. So I'll give a general overview, and then I can also send the results over on chat. So I think all the speakers were qualified, and then all the table topic speeches were also qualified. However, in the evaluations, both evaluations were disqualified because they ran out of time. The only evaluations qualified was the table topic evaluator. And I will send over all of these details on chat. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Viresh. Now, let me invite the language evaluator for today, Toastmaster Shiva Singh. Shiva, over to you for the language evaluation. Can we not spotlight the timer now?
Thank you, DTM Sarodata. Though people have used so many phrases and quotes, but I have noted these are the things. Let me begin with DTM Sarodata. Though he playing dual role, PO and G, but still he managed to use so many new words like dejected, reprimand, rebuke, depict, sprinkle, and then gun on your head. It's hyperbole. You can always say something, but he elevated that one. And then remarkably set apart. So he amplified his sentence. And some of the noteworthy like tangible, credible. So generally very rarely used. So it's nice to see. And then I must say before the area of improvement could be that, I also use most of the time, so I could see like 6 times he has used it. So if he could avoid that, and then so, I think it will go to the next level. Next, come back to the Toastmaster Deepa Bandari, TMOD of the day. She used occasionally, apparently, so like that. Again, rhetorical device, like there is so much to learn and there is so much to unlearn. It clarifies both antithesis and anaphora in this case. And extremely, extremely. So it is a repetition of two words. It's good. And then she has used it once, the word of the day. And then Pushpak Mushra, he has used and 5 times, again and again. Okay, and then Gauri Agarwal, Toastmaster Gauri Agarwal, extremely prestigious. It's an amplification. She has used flunk, frown, monotony. Those are the good words. And then Ankur Vishwakarma, pseudo depress, connotation one, and noteworthy is good things never die. Nancy Goel, she has used aloof, out of nowhere expression, me being me, diacob. It's roll after roll, over and over again, diacob. Depression is the new cool, right? That is one of the noteworthy. And Paduka Kannan, she used rise and shine. It is an assonance. So the phrases are quotes, my dream destinations. And TM Nitin used anecdotes, chuckle. Instead of chuckle, you could always use laugh, but you used to use the chuckle word, which is up for that moment. Thank you. These are my reports. Over to Toastmaster Savadatta.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shiva Singh, for a very immaculate report as the language evaluator. Now, let me move on to the third member of my Taggle team, which is our listener today, Toastmaster Sachin Jaiswal. Over to you, Sachin. Sachin, stick to 3 questions, please.
Okay, thank you. So let's start the listening test. Question 1. What is the historic traditional activity that Toastmaster Paduka did in Meghalaya during her dream destination? Anyone?
What was that? Can you repeat the question once more?
Yeah. What is the historic traditional activity that Toastmaster Paduka did during her dream destination in Meghalaya?
Selfie.
So at the end, she has done one historic traditional activity. What was that?
Taking selfie.
Reel, making a reel.
Getting a reel. Yes, correct. Question number 2. Toastmaster Deepika Bhandari got shifted to which place recently?
Chicago.
Correct. Question number 3. Who are the secret Santas of Toastmaster Muskan?
Nancy and Musaurav.
Thank you. With this, I hand over the stage to G, DTM Saurav.
Thank you so much. Very quick observation on the TGL, the Timer Language Evaluator and the listener. So, Videsh, what good control, man. I mean, the entire thing, it did not sound at all nervous. You were like, send me the timer cards. And today also when you were presenting, you didn't fumble. I didn't see you losing the screen for a second, all those kind of things. You very, and in fact, when you came, you gave the timer report on chat because you knew that we are short on time. Good job, Videsh. I'm really happy to see you taking the role with this much of confidence for the very first time. Please continue to take more roles. Good job. Language evaluator Shiva, very great, a pretty detailed report. And I think you spend the right amount of time. Shiva, you may want to speak a little loud and slow down a bit because sometimes it's difficult to understand because there's so much of information exchange that happens in a language evaluator report. People have a receptivity issue if you speak very fast because some of the terms are not very familiar to them, right? People are at different stages of the learning journey. So just slow down and speak a little loud when you are speaking. That will help you connect better with the audience is what I think. And Sachin, good job with the listener because you had 3 questions from 3 different parts, one from a speech content, one from a table topic, and one from an introduction. That's how it should be spread out. The first one, it was a bit ambiguous because you asked that, what was the historic thing? It could be multiple things that they have done. Maybe pick up something a little bit more specific, like, or give options A, B, C between the 3 of this, which one. And as Nancy always mentions in her general evaluation, that the role of the listener is not to just quiz, but also say that how did we do as a listener. So if you were satisfied or not satisfied with our listening skills, let us know. Uh, a couple of quick observation, that is for the all the role takers, about the overall meeting. The meeting started on time. We had Prasang doing a good job. Thank you, Nancy, again, and Ankur and Prasang for setting up the entire meeting. Doing a hybrid setup is not easy, and the meeting went very seamlessly in terms of tech and everything. I think there was a slight glitch in terms of internet, but that's beyond our control. Overall, a very good job. There were a couple of role takers dropping out, but no hassles on that, because we very seamlessly had other people stepping in and taking it over. Good job with that as well. I don't think there is any specific recommendations that I have as such for today's meeting. I think we are good. And I think we are doing good on time as well. So let me hand it over quickly to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Deepa Bhandari.
Thank you so much, DTM Saurav Datta, for that wonderful evaluation, and really a big thank you to everyone who has come up with such detailed evaluation and inputs. I'm sure that there's so much of takeaway for all of us, but as our human mind does not process everything in short span of time, so I would request that anybody who wants to have a recap of what has happened in today's meeting to go back into the YouTube channel. There is Gabby's videos that are posted week on week basis. That's what I usually do, and this is exactly what I'm going to do today to learn. Specifically the evaluation segment, there has been so much of takeaway that I have not been able to process it all in one go, and I want to make notes of it, so I'm going to go back to the video there. I hope everyone, just like me, had a wonderful time of learning in today's meeting from all the speakers. And with that, I would now like to request the polling to be done, and request everybody to kindly go and vote for your favorite speakers and role takers. And with that, I would like to hand it over back to our presiding officer, DTM Saurav Datta.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepa Bhandari. We will now have, as you cast your votes, we will also ask our guests to very quickly say one good thing about the meeting, anything that you liked, and any improvement area from your side. Very quickly. Yeah, you can start with you, Malvika. You can come here, or you can say from there whatever you feel like. You have the, yeah, just hold the mic.
Am I
No,
audible?
I'll give it. Yeah,
How does
just yeah, just speak.
Yeah. So I think it's there've been some, one of the reasons I wanted to start coming for Toastmasters meetings is to hear new ideas. And I think today I've heard a lot of new ways of thinking, a lot of new ideas. I especially like the speech, which was the control level, because it's something that I could really relate to, being someone who tends to overthink a lot of times. So that was really nice for me. And overall, the way it was set up and the way it was conducted. And as of now, I can't really think of any area of improvement, but I will reach out to you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you, Malvika. We have a couple of guests with us still. We have Vikram Prakash. Vikram, I know we could not accommodate you in the table topic. Would you want to share a feedback with us, please?
Sure. Thank you for this opportunity, DTM Saurav Datta. And yes, I'm Vikram from Satvik Toastmasters. After a very long time, I'm attending this session here because I had some time out and I felt like I should learn something out of the way from what we are doing in our club. And believe me, there's a lot of learnings today. And from the time I joined the meeting until now, there's a lot of things that I am taking notes of, like how to do evaluations in my club and how to make sure that how the evaluators are getting evaluated at the end of the every speech. So those are the things which is really going to improve the quality of our meetings as well. Thank you so much for having me here, and back to you, DTM Saurav Datta.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vikram. Thank you for joining us. And we have Vidya Krish. Vidya, would you want to quickly share your thoughts, please?
Yes, as this is the first time I'm attending this online Toastmasters, and it was a great learning. And the session was very interactive and engaging. I would take many perspective of all the speeches and also evaluation for my club. I'm from Eloquence AC Corporate Club, so it was a great learning. Looking forward to attend more. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for. Let me now quickly check if the responses have come yet. I don't see any responses yet. Do you check? Did you see responses? Gabbys कैसे है? If you got it, let me know. Okay. In the meanwhile, yeah, you got it? Okay. Can you message it to me? Well, okay. So on the closing address, I will not take long because we are just on time. So holidays are important, and we would want you to celebrate holidays, but don't forget that the learning must continue. So I take a lot of pride in our club that we don't cancel meetings. I've seen clubs canceling meeting because it's Christmas, because it's New Year. We have done meetings on Christmas, we have done meetings on New Year, and the tradition will continue. Today is 20th of December. This time we don't have any clashes. But we will still continue to 27th of December will be the next meeting of the Gabbys. In between, we have the meeting of the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club. Let the learning continue. Because the real joy of holidays is when you really have something positive to look forward to. And I think we are good in terms of the rest of the things. Anything, Nancy? Can you ready? Okay, with this, let me announce the results for today. The best auxiliary role taker is our language evaluator, Toastmaster Shiva Singh. Can we have a big round of applause for Toastmaster Shiva? The best speaker for today is distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goel. Nancy. Congratulations. Thank you. Photo लेना है क्या? अच्छा. The best table topic speaker is not Toastmaster, yet to be Toastmaster, Malvika. Thank you. Congratulations, Malvika. Thank you. And the best role taker, yours truly, as the general evaluator. I would want to sign off with one quick thought. Someone had asked me, the best speaker club meeting में मिलने से क्या होता है? What happens if you become a best speaker? What's the big deal? Do you still feel happy if someone gives you a dairy milk? You do? It's something like this. You don't go and brag about it. You don't make a LinkedIn post about it. I got a dairy milk, but feel good. Your day starts well, your week ends well. Thank you. We have samosa and chai.